Yo, what up? Mike Manifestations in the building, baby. Let's go. I did 10 years in prison, and losing my kids hurts more than the sentence ever did. Let's go, baby. What up? What's cracking, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Mike Manifestations in the building, baby. Thanks for tuning in today. Love you guys. So, and that sentence right there is a reality of more people than we talk about. Because coming home doesn't mean every time. So coming home doesn't mean everything comes back with you. Freedom doesn't automatically come with forgiveness. Time served doesn't automatically heal what was broken. Today's episode of Mike Manifestations Podcast is about a man trying to rebuild his life after prison and the quiet pain of wanting to be a father again when the people you love don't know how to let you back in. Yep, that's what it is, baby. This is Mike Manifestations Confessions. Mike Drop Confessions. That's not about excuses. It's about accountability, patience, and the emotional cost of lost time. Once again, I'm Ben. This is the Mike Manifestations Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Let's jump right into it, baby. Let's go. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you guys haven't hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys do so. All right. So it's time for Mike Drop Confessions, baby. Let's jump right into this. So this is the space where you send in the real stuff, the moments you live with, the questions you don't have answers to, and the things you're carrying quietly inside. We talk about it here, baby. Everything shared here is anonymous. No judgment, just honesty. We get those opinions of others that are going through the same situations, and this might be one of them. But let's get into today's confession. So Rudy writes in to Mike Manifestations for the Mike Drop Confessions segment of the show here today. And he reads, so Rudy wrote in and he says, I just got out of prison after serving 10 years. What? Yep. I have 3 kids. One is 9, one is 18, and the other is 24 with 2 kids of her own. Says I've been out for about 5 months now, and I rarely see my kids or even my grandkids. I reach out, I text them, I try to make effort, to get out there and see them. But most of the time I don't get replies back, or they're short, or they take 5-6 hours to reply. But what hurts is seeing them reply quickly to their friends or boyfriends, but not to myself. Hey, kids these days, bros, I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, my wife sees me struggling with this. She sees me get quiet. She sees me get down, wondering if my kids just don't have time for me, or if they resent me for being gone for so long. I don't know what to do at this point. What can I do to build that relationship now, or rebuild that relationship? Man, that's crazy. Some of you are like thinking about this and you're like, yep, I feel that. I feel his pain, man. I feel his pain. But Rudy, man, first, I want to say this clearly. The fact that you're asking this question tells me that you care. You don't want to let it slip by. But here's the hard truth, bro. Your release date wasn't the finish line for your healing. It was just a starting point. While you were gone, Your kids were still living their life, growing, adapting, learning how to survive emotionally without you being physically present. Damn. Did I say that again? So they're learning how to survive emotionally without you being physically present or being physically there in their lives. And your wife, she's watching all of this happen in real time. She sees you checking your phone. She notices when hours go by with no response from your kids. She feels the shift in your energy when a text doesn't come back. And that hurts in a different way. You know why? Because she can't fix it. She can't force your kids to respond. She can't give you back the years that you were lost. She can't give you that relationship with your kids, with your grandkids. All she can do is sit next to you while you quietly wonder where you stand in your own family. Even if you even have a family, you know? Damn, that's crazy, huh? Is it age or is it resentment? Rudy asked a fair question here. Are they just older and busy, or do they resent me? And the honest answer is, it might be both. You know, yes, age matters. Older kids have lives, responsibilities, stress, but resentment doesn't always show up as anger. Sometimes it shows up as distance, silence, delayed replies, if any replies. And here's something important. Responding to a friend is easy. Responding to a boyfriend or girlfriend is easy. Responding to a parent who was gone for 10 years, that carries history. That carries disappointment. That carries unanswered questions. Sometimes silence isn't rejection. Sometimes it's protection. You know, they're trying to protect themselves. You know? From what? Hey, I have no idea, bro. With that, guys, I just want to pause here for just a moment because conversations like this are heavy and staying mentally present through them takes real focus. Today's episode is sponsored by W Energy. You know, when I'm recording, editing, or sitting with emotional, heavy topics like this, I need that energy that helps me stay clear and focused, not wired, not crashing later. You know, W delivers clean, steady energy without the extra junk. If you want to support the podcast, head over to www.dubby.gg. That's DUBBY.GG. And use the promo code Mike Manifestations Podcast 24 for 10% off your entire order. That's www.dubby.gg. Promo code Mike Manifestations Podcast 24. All right, let's keep going, bro. Let's jump back into it. So the mic drop moment. What can Rudy do now? You know, some of you are asking, and some of you are in the same situation. Rudy, here's the mic drop moment. And this is sad. Not sad. This is said with respect. You know, you don't rebuild those relationships by measuring response times. You rebuild them by offering consistency without expectations. You know, that means, showing up without pressure, sending messages without needing replies, being present without guilt tripping, letting your kids set the pace. You know, simple text, just sending them, hey, love you, I'm thinking about you. You know, give the grandkids a kiss for me or something. Your role right now isn't to be included; it's to be safe. That's crazy, huh? And with your wife, don't shut her out. You know, she's not just watching you struggle. You know, she's the cheerleader on the sidelines. She's rooting for you, bro. Let her support you. Talk to her about the pain instead of carrying it alone. Carrying it alone in this journey that you're trying to get, your kids and everything back. For your kids, this is unfamiliar territory. Man, this light is bright. I got to get in a different one. But anyways, they're learning who you are now, not who you were 10 years ago. Because they can't get to know that person 10 years ago. Trust doesn't come from words. So you might think, hey, I'm going to say the right things and so forth. They're going to start trusting me. But it comes from showing up again and again without disappearing this time, bro. But yeah, just repetitive, bro. Just being there, being consistent. But yeah, bro, with that, and this is exactly why Mic Drop Confessions exists right now. It's real people like Rudy, real rebuilding, real life. If you're navigating re-entry, family distance, or complicated relationships, submit your confession. Like I said, it's anonymous, no judgment, just honesty. We get everybody's opinion. We get, that feedback and everything else. So drop your confession and let the mic speak, baby. But yeah, it's crazy. It's hard, bro. Nobody said it's going to be easy. Rudy, rebuilding takes time, bro. Humility and patience. But continuing to show up, even when it hurts, matters more than you know, bro. And to everyone listening, thank you. I think we're at 135 or so subscribers. And this community is growing because people choose real conversations over silence. So if this episode resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share the podcast. Like I said, our goal is 1,000 subscribers and beyond at this point. And every single click helps these stories reach the people who need to hear them. Like I said, you may not believe that you're, going through anything right now. But when you do, Mic Manifestation Podcast got your back, baby. We're here. We'll listen. We'll hear. We'll put it out there. We'll get that feedback. Whatever it may be. Financially, relationship-wise, whatever. Hey, whatever you're going through, hit us up on our social media platforms, guys. On YouTube, everywhere you listen to your podcast at, on our social medias. Social media is crazy. That TikTok, that Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is, But anyways, guys, like I said, my name is Ben. This is the Mic Manifestations Podcast. Stay patient, stay present, and most of all, stay human, baby. Let's go. Thank you for tuning in. You guys have a great rest of your afternoon. Catch you guys on the next one. We out. Peace. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, baby, on your way out. Doesn't cost you a thing. Hit us up on the social media platforms, guys. Send us a message, a DM with your mic drop confessions. We'll get it on the show. Peace.